right, I think we are rolling. Let me double check a few things, then we'll jump right in, all right? Let's see what we got. All right, we're looking good. Let me know though if you can't hear me or if things get blurry, but I think we are looking good. All right. Let's get a solid couple hours in and get some more progress done. This week we're trying to wrap up kind of like the core fundamentals of the flashcard part for our game. Probably the most important part. It's a little bit complicated, but we're kind of getting through it. We're trying to wrap up the editable cards, I think, from the last one. But we're pretty close though. Once we do that one, the other ones should be pretty easy. The settings ones, we'll have to experiment a couple things. But for the most part, I think we're looking pretty good overall. Yep. All right. All right, let's see what we can do. Let's go ahead. And what are we doing? We are going to jump back into our original one. So cards page. And I think we are working on a little bit of, was it the edit cards? No, we had the first page, which is the selector. So, and we're working on these two here because we have custom cards and then we have custom groups, okay? So we're gonna switch out of that one, and that one can stay. We're turning off that one, custom cards. I think we were gonna mess with editing cards, which is here. Yep, because if I remember, if we go back into this, I think we need to make a back button for this. Because we have the edit card ability, we fixed up how it looks in here. Yeah, our back button we need to fix on that. That was the first thing. Because our back button from edit card should take us back to custom cards. So let's go ahead to edit cards, locate button back. Now we gotta make sure this isn't the same one. Button back custom sets. No, we need to do button back custom cards, I think. I think we're doing it that way. Because currently, this already is a function that we had for the grouping, so we need to delete that. And then we're gonna reconnect it. We're gonna reconnect it back to the original, which is the cards page one. Yep, okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make it turn off. So we have a couple different pages now. We have custom sets, custom groups. We also have the editable one. So we need to go ahead and add that in. Another @on ready. And we're gonna take that page we have. So we have, let's see, we have edit cards. I think it is this one. So we're gonna take that one. First, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and do edit cards page. That'll be a type node 2D. And we're gonna equal that to the edit cards node. Nice, okay. From there, we'll go ahead and take that one now. And basically what we're gonna do is we're going to make this one a minus, okay? So we're gonna do a dot visible. And then we'll go ahead and equal that to false. Nice. Okay. Edit cards page visible equals false. Good. All right. Now what we gotta do is we gotta make sure the right one is true, which is gonna be, I think, the custom sets. Yeah. So that one will be true. Perfect. Okay, so now the navigation should be fixed for that. We do though need to add the ability to actually go in and edit the cards themselves. So what I think we'll do is have that ability inside clicking the actual cards we have. So the way we can do that is we either have to put a default one into here, which we can do. I just don't know where they're being spawned actually. I don't recall where they're being spawned. We can check where they're being spawned by going back to the original page, which I think is going to be select page, and we'll just hit play. Let's adjust this. So we have the custom cards page. So all these are going to be them, but we have to find out where those are, because if we're going to have a script that's communicating with those, which we can go to, I think, remote app. It's going to be in cards page. I think it's in custom cards default page. Because again, we have like 100 of them. I just don't know where those 100 cards are going to be. It's got to be in here somewhere. I'm not sure where it's putting them though. It's definitely putting them somewhere. Here we go. Okay. So we need the path of this one all the way back up to this one, which is kind of tedious. So if we go into it, what we'll do is we'll just drag and drop one in there, and then we'll add the path to the main script. That's probably the easiest way to do this. So let's go ahead. Let's take one in. So we got edit cards. No, we need custom cards, default page. And yep, we're gonna drag and drop one into here. It doesn't matter which one. Technically, we just want to add in search page. I think that's what we called it. So we'll put one in there. Then we're gonna open its script up. And this is how we can get the path. We're just gonna go ahead and take it. Because again, we're just wanting to do this because we want to be able to open up the page. So it's kind of silly what we have to do with this, but we have to basically say, hey, when the button is pressed, then we're going to initiate something in that script. So what we could do is take that. And what we could do from here, we just need that path pretty much. So we're going to take that path, and we want to initiate a button when the button is pressed on it. So close game, we did that. We got to go to here, search page. And we should have a main button on this. I think it's this one. Yep. So we have a main button on this. So what we're going to do is select pressed, and we're going to connect it to the main script. Cool. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and run a function for now that we're going to call edit this one, edit card set, and then we're going to pass in a value, and the value we can pass in, it could be something simple like the number, page name. I guess we could do it by page name. So we're passing in a string value. Because again, we're not going to organize those by that. So that's okay. Now again, we don't really want to use pathways in there. We kind of want to have items that are called. So what we could do to make it look a little nicer is do an @onReady variable. We're going to call this main controller. The main controller is going to be a type of node 2D. Actually, I think it's a control. If we go back, main controller, which is this, it is a control. Okay, so we're going to make it a control. So we'll do it as a control. And we're going to equal that to our current path we have, which is going to be this. All right, if we do that, paste it in, perfect. And now to make our lives easier, we're just going to paste in the node and run this function. Now we don't have this function made yet, so we need to do that also. So we're going to save that. We're going to go back to app menu. We're going to go into this one here. And then we're just going to add in this new function. I'm going to put it towards the top. It's going to look for page name, which we know is a type of string. Okay. And for now, we're just going to open up the editable one. So edit cards page, custom set. So we just want to make this one visible. So we're going to do this. Dot visible. equals true. And it's honestly okay not to turn off the current one, but we will do that just to be sure. Dot visible equals false. Nice, okay. All right, looks good there. All right, so we got that there. That's gonna initiate that. That hopefully should just work. I have a feeling though it's not gonna work, but we can try it. So by default, when we click that button, it should do that. The only thing is this. It doesn't think it exists. Why? Trying to assign a value of type node2d to variable control. Isn't that what we're accessing? This is, what script are we at with the error? This is the one we just talked about, right? Okay. It doesn't like this. Why does not like this? Main controller. Control. Is it a node2d and we're just being silly? Maybe it is a node2d. I don't think that's right because it's this one. That's the one we should be accessing from that spot. We have another way of finding it though, because I have a feeling this isn't going to work. Custom cards? Yeah. So it's accessing the wrong one. Now, I don't know why that one's accessing the wrong one. It should be accessing this, but I have a feeling it's accessing this. Why is that one accessing there? I think it's because of this. If I drag and drop this in, it's just going straight up. Because it's going, let's see, if it's in here, it's going up 1 directory, 2 directory, 3 directory, 4 directory, 5 directory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But why would it not give me the correct one? That's what I think is silly. Because if I put in one, let's put in one real quick. So we're going to put a search page into, where are we going to put this into? Hold on. Let's put that into the right one. Let's put that one into, let's see, let's put it into edit cards. No. We want to put it in custom cards. Okay. We want to put it inside of this one. So we're in this script right now, which we should be. And we want to grab this. Isn't that what we grabbed before? Maybe we didn't. Maybe we're behind by 1. Maybe we need to go up 1 more. We do. Okay. And that should be a control. That's why you want to label things, because we wouldn't know that if we didn't label it. Okay, let's do that. And we're going to go ahead, close out of that. And what we can do also is we can actually get rid of this. We don't want that in there. I'm okay with that. But we'll start it. Let that load. Okay, from there, again, custom cards. Perfect. All right, now we can navigate there. We can also navigate all the way back. Perfect. Nice. All right, looks good there. Looks good there. It's going to be asking though about this error here, and this is because we're not using this yet, because eventually we will use this. We're going to have to use this to output the same data so we know what we're talking about, because this is going to signify whether or not, or what exactly we're using, if that makes sense. Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's continue on for now. Okay, so we can open up our card set. Problem is we don't know what card set this is, if that makes sense. We don't know that we're in the editable card set, which is going to be this guy here. So we have this editable card set, but we have to go ahead now and actually fill in all the different types of data. And there's a couple different ways we can do that. I'm going to use probably a JSON file, just because That's the best one to use for when you're going to be putting it on multiple types of platforms. We could use a native Godot resource, but I think just to keep things easy in case we do want to put it in a cloud storage, we want to do it that way, if that makes sense. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let me double check what I got here. Perfect. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what we got here. So what we should do, let's go back to app menu. We need to go to the one we're in, which is cards. We are going to turn off selector page. We want to be in edit cards. Okay. So for edit cards, I think we needed to add one more setting, and I forget what it was. But when we can edit our cards, we can obviously reset them all. We can save them all. We can set them all. Now, the one thing we didn't do was grouping them. Now, my idea for this is we either need to add another button for this, where it takes us to the group pages where we can add it to a group page, or I don't know, like it depends on how we want to group our cards. Realistically, it kind of just has another button that you can hit to like put it in or whatever, if that makes sense. I like the reset button a lot though, because I feel like a lot of people will get kind of mad if we don't have a reset button, just because sometimes it's like it seems tedious. But again, I like the 4 buttons here because we can set it. What we could do actually is we could get rid of the set button here, because if you remember, if we go back in this page here, if you guys remember, what we could do is we can go ahead and set it here, but we can also set it here. So that's why in my head, if we want to save a spot, why don't we just get rid of the set button in here? I guess it like we could have 3 buttons in here, but it's kind of a lot. Oh, what's up, Mob? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. I was like, I bet you're gonna join today. We're finally getting kind of consistent with our times that we're starting. Finally. Finally, after long-awaited time, we're finally being somewhat consistent with the streaming times. Yeah. We're so close to 5,000 subs, though. We need to get up to 5,000 subs. We're so close. All right. So let's see. We either get rid of the set here. My one worry with that is I like how it's easy to navigate, but I don't know if it will see, because look, if I go to empty here and go back, are we still? Yeah, we're still kind of there. So do we get rid of the set button here and change this to add to group or something, or do we just have 3 buttons? I don't like the 3 buttons thing. I think that's a lot. I don't want to get rid of the reset thing either. Like what we could do technically is we could get rid of the reset button. What we could do is have 2 buttons in here. We could have a set button and we could have a reset. I don't know. I like how this looks a lot though. I think this is kind of cool. My idea is we're going to get rid of the reset button inside of it. And then we can just go back and then set it if we want to set it. That's my idea, because I don't know. Or we have 3 buttons here. That's the thing. We either have 3 buttons here, 1 for save, and then 1 for add to group. Like we could do that, if that makes sense. Add to group's gonna auto save it anyway, I think. That could be the way we do it. Alright. What we could do, I just don't know. I don't know. We either but then my worry is that someone's gonna go through here like, oh, I made like 50 cards. I save it, but then they forgot to set it. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just think there's too many buttons here. I think if I add 3 buttons on the bottom, that's kind of a lot. Or maybe I'm overthinking this. 3 buttons is not that much. This is literally a phone. Because let's get it in phone size for a second. Let's say this is my phone. It's probably a lot bigger than that. If I have 3 buttons here, is that going to be too many buttons? Because again, we just want one that adds it to group, you know? Let's see how it looks with 3 buttons. Maybe I'm just being a little ridiculous here, because my worry is we're just gonna have to shrink these so much. Yeah. Alright. Let's try it. What's up, Seth God King? Is your camera new? Seems crispier. It's either... No, it's not new, but I have like natural light in the left corner. So maybe I need to start getting a new light. Seth God King, though, do you like the new splash image, the anime thing? I think it looks awesome. I have that guy's thing in the description of this video if anybody wants to use him. He's pretty cheap. He's like, I think it's like $50 for an image. But I think it looks awesome, though. That was totally what I wanted, though. Yeah, I do need to get natural lighting. I have like 2 lights in front of me, but I need like a side light to add like a little bit more. Yeah. The game is being submitted, by the way. I'm still waiting for Steam to get back to me. They got back to me in 1 day before, but then they had me change like a splash image or something. So I changed that, and I'm waiting for them to approve it. And then the Google Play Store finally approved like all my stuff. I'm just like filling out a million things of paperwork, and then I'll submit the first build. Hopefully I'll submit it tonight and they'll be okay. I bet it takes like a couple days though, so I don't know. We'll see. I would love to get the trailer out and everything out on Saturday morning. I think that would be awesome. Or tomorrow morning. If I can get everything out tomorrow morning, that'd be so nice. But it's just taken forever for the review process. It is what it is. Alright, but what are we doing here? So it's either we get rid of the set. I kind of like the set button here, though. I think we have 3 buttons. I think I'm overly complicating this. Alright, custom cards. Edit cards. We need save button. Needs to shrink. Because I can't fit these ones there. We're gonna have to go like that big, I think. I still want them to be larger than the back and the reset button. But yeah, that looks pretty good. So we're gonna have the save button. And you know what we should do? I'm like debating about just getting rid of these because I don't want to have to like maneuver changing all this stuff. So we're gonna have save button, and then we're gonna have another one, button, add group, and then we'll do this one, button, add group. It's gonna be right under this one. Watching my favorite streamer while writing. Nice. I think I'm getting a little better at this. This takes practice. It's a little slow today, I feel like. I don't know where everybody is. Where's all my buddies at? Maybe it'll pick up. I feel like, I don't know, the times are weird. Sometimes I get a lot of people at night, but then sometimes I get a lot of people in the middle of the day. I don't know. It is what it is. Let's see. This one, now we could do groups. We could do groups. We could do add groups. What if I do plus group? Yeah. Well, my worry is... We need like an add... I think we just had group or groups. Because it only has one group. I guess you could have multiple groups. I think we're going to have one group. I think that's even... Like, if people get mad at that, I guess we could do that. I don't know. Oh, I think you can just add one set to a group. I guess you could add... I guess you could add multiple groups. Ugh, this is gonna be so annoying. But I guess we'll do multiple groups. That's fine. It fits better too. Okay. We'll just call this groups then. Groups, okay. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take groups, duplicate that, and we're gonna add that to like set, probably. And again, we can always adjust this if I don't like how it looks, that's okay. There we go. That does not look right at all. I think the other one's way too close. Let's see. Yeah, it's about that. Okay. This one needs to be moved over. Perfect. Okay. This one is going to be called set. Then we'll do this one. Set. Okay. And then we need to change the look of it. PNG. We're gonna do the green one for this. All right, let's do green. We need to do the flat button. Nice. Then we need to make the text white. Cool. All right, there we go. Nice. Okay, cool. All right, we got our groups. Nope, we need to change that to set. Okay. Perfect. Looks good there. Then we need to duplicate that to the unset one. Unset. And we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take that, unset. All right, and then we're gonna make the color red. Let's see. All right, there we go. Change the name, unset. Perfect. Okay, and to make it look a little nicer by default, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn off the unset one. Perfect. Okay. I think that's okay. I think I was overthinking it. Because then we can go to the edit ones, and then we can go to the save, and then blah, blah, blah. Okay. Which one of your YouTube videos would you recommend for a beginner in Godot? I would probably recommend my biggest... the biggest beginner one I have, the recent one that came out this year. That one, you learn how to make 3 different beginner games. You learn how to make a space shooter. You learn how to make a platformer like Mario. And then the last one, you learn how to make a top-down zombie defense game. But yeah, it's completely free. You get the source projects, the source code. And overall, you get to kind of get started with game development. But yeah, all right. That looks good though. Okay. So now if we hit play. I feel like I've done that one so many times though. You need to come up with like way better questions. Because that one I've answered like a million times, I think. One of these days I'm gonna turn the sign on and it's gonna blind the whole screen. It's just gonna be so bright. It's gonna be like that SpongeBob episode where the guy's like, "My eyes! My eyes!" Why is it so big? This is so annoying. I wish it would just be like... I wish this would auto stay in a size. I don't get why it's always like that. There we go. Okay. What's up, pink fool? Turn the sign on. I think I'll have the plug ready Because I think that would be really funny. And I'll say, like, anybody who likes the video, I'll turn the sign on. And it'll just be, like, pure white. Also, the cats will probably, like, run away because it'll be so bright. The more fools are showing up. Alright, so that looks good to me. We fixed all this junk here. I think, oh yeah, but we got rid of the enter. The enter button does something weird. It like resets it back to there. LMAO, okay. Would you recommend your first game being like Mario game or a Zelda game? Which one would you teach you more about developing while making it? I feel like out of Mario and a Zelda game, you probably should make a Mario game first. That's because I feel like a Mario game has a lot less physics going on with it because it's more of like a top-down, or not a top-down, it's more of a platformer style game. And platformer style games have probably more like movement, which is kind of cool to learn as a beginner, versus like a top-down game is actually very story-heavy. Story-heavy games involve a lot more like inventory management, NPC stuff. I think it's probably more fun making a more of a Zelda-style game. But Mario games are definitely like good for beginners, I think. Luckily though, the Mario games are so easy to make that you could probably make your first like full platformer style game in like a month. And then you can just jump right into a RPG style game. That's like Legend of Zelda. I can't wait to start 3D though. 3D is going to be so fun. But I have to get this game done, and then I have to get my Spanish-speaking game done. And then I'll probably start experimenting with 3D games. I want to make like a medieval fighting game in 3D. I want to make like a fun like battle simulator game. I think that'd be really cool. Something like a really low poly version of that shiverly. I can't even say that word. I can't say it. Shiverly. I think it's called Shiverly. Let me see. I forgot to tell somebody I was streaming. I need to tell my peeps. Who am I missing here? Let's see. Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. Okay, so we have that set up. We have the group set up. I don't know. I feel like the groups one's actually pretty easy to do. Because what we could do is kind of like the same thing that we've been doing. What we could do for the groups one is we could actually go ahead and get our custom groups page here. Because this one's for creating new groups, right? So what we could do is we're just going to take this and we're going to duplicate that. And we're going to say set group. Okay? Set group. And then once we set the group, what we'll do is change the text of it. And we're going to say something like, yeah, we'll just say set group. Groups. Okay. Set groups. I don't know. We're going to say set groups. And for this one, we're going to do kind of like the same thing that we did. I think we're going to have a specific button for setting group, I think. So like we have, I think, a set group script, right? Custom groups. So what we'll do is we're going to take that same script we have there, save that change, go back to this. But we are going to make this button similar to the one we did earlier. So the back button here, this one's back button needs to be button back custom sets. No, button back, I don't know, groups cards sets. That's dumb. Okay, button back set groups. Okay, and then what we're gonna do, clear that. Why does it not let me? Uh-oh. Disconnect, okay. Pressed. And we're gonna set that to the original one we have, which is this one. Okay. This is gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go back to custom sets. Edit set, I think is what we called it. Edited, okay, yes, because this is gonna take us back to that one. So we're gonna go there, paste that. But we need to make the current one invisible. Okay. We're gonna do that. Paste that. Add groups page. Add to group page, okay? And then we're gonna take the set groups page. Cool. And we're gonna make that false. So this one's gonna be the false one, and true is gonna be the edit cards one. Okay, perfect. All right. So this will be that one, and then what we gotta do is custom set groups. I thought we got rid of that script. Maybe not. That's okay. We're gonna take that, go back to here. We're gonna have to do a lot with these cards. Once we get into the actual card scripting, it's gonna become a lot. But that's okay. All right, so let's do that there. So, okay, now that we have this, that's good, because we can have up to 100 groups as well, but we need to have a specific node for that. So what we're gonna do is the group entry. What is the group entry? Editable. I don't remember what we did for that, actually. So if we go to custom groups page, how does custom groups page look? I guess we can't remove it, and we can't set groups technically. Groups are just gonna help us add things. So we need kind of like the same one. So yeah, we're gonna go to group entry and we're gonna add a button to it. So we're gonna create a new group entry. So group entry duplicate, group add. Okay, nice. Group add. We're gonna duplicate that. For group add, we're gonna add a button to this. So we have the name, obviously. That's gonna be right there. We're gonna move it over a little bit because again, we need to have a button here that says add or remove, okay? So what we're gonna do is Control D. I'm gonna make this into its own button. So we're gonna call this add button. Add button, okay? And we're gonna take that patch, put it there, and it's kind of like whatever, like it doesn't need to be too big. I just want it to be relatively the same as the ones we've been using, which I think was about like that. I do want to center it though, because it's definitely not centered. Oh, that's lovely. Go there. Okay. We're gonna take the label text, keep it there. Better yet, what we could do is just snatch it there. The only thing you want to worry about is you don't want it to go beyond the corners. It'll look really bad. So that's okay. Okay. And then what we'll do. What's up, Ethan? How you doing? Hope you're having a good day. We are working on our game. Do. All right. Do. We're making a bunch of entry points right now for setting groupings for the cards and setting the card states. Just a bunch of super fun game stuff. All right, we need a green one for set, or add button. Do 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 do. Let's do it flat. All right, boom, perfect. Then we need a label. Are you also a game developer, Ethan? Do you make games for the funds? There we go. There we go. Add. What did we do for this one? I want to make it somewhat similar to the other buttons we have. Okay. We made these buttons 60 and 3. So we need to go back to what we have. And we need to set this to 60. Sweet. That's way too big. I guess the buttons are a little smaller, so we could shrink them. Let's do 50. I still think that's too big. There we go. Let's do a little smaller. Let's do 58. Didn't we do, or no, 48, 48. Perfect, okay. All right, we have the add button. We also need the actual button node as well. Button add. Do, 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 do. Okay. We also need to make it flat type. Variation, yeah, perfect. Okay. All right, so we have the add button type. Now we need the remove one. So remove button, because we can now add them to groups and also remove them from groups. Remove button. We gotta set this text to remove. Hopefully remove fits. If it doesn't, that sucks. Well, it kind of fits. I think it's a little tight. That's okay. I don't know. We could make it a little bigger. I think we're gonna need to do that. It just looks bad. All right, let's take it again. Let's go a little bit out there. We're just gonna go a little bit bigger. And then match it up back with that, perfect. And then what we'll do is, again, match it up. All right, so now that we have that, again, remove button. Remove button. Remove text. Better, nice. Rename the main button as well. Button remove. And also go ahead, we're gonna locate the actual ring for it. So we have blue, where's red? Red, we need the flat one now. We need flat. There we go. Perfect. Nice, okay. So basically what this will do is we're gonna have the ability now to remove and add the card from the grouping. Perfect. Awesome, okay. But what we don't need is we don't need a save, so we can go back to wherever this is coming from, I think. Yeah, so we don't need a save for this. I think save is fine without it. All right, perfect. Because again, we're gonna save once we go back all the way, if that makes sense. I think that's the best way to do it. So set groups is gonna be there, but now we need to make sure we actually initiate those. So if we have a script here for set groups, we need to make sure we are spawning in the correct ones, which we know are going to be, I think it was group set, right? Group entry. Why do we have two? Group add, group entry. Why do we have two? I think it's this group add. pretty darn sure that's what it is. Okay. Group add. Why do we have group entry? What was this one for? Oh, that's just for the one that we want to like edit. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Well, let's go back to the beginning. Okay, perfect. So now what we got here. So now we need a new page to activate this. So if we go back to where we were, so edit cards. So once we hit groups, it should take us to this one now. Okay. So how do we do that? What we're going to do is go to that button. Should be in edit cards. It's going to be button add to group. Okay. Add to group. What we'll do is select the button. And then we're going to go to signal, select pressed, and then we're going to connect it to the cards page. Okay. So that's the manager of all the cards pages. And what this one's going to do is basically once we press this, we will be set to the correct one, which we know is going to be, I'm pretty sure, the add to group page. So add to group page is now going to be a dot visible equal true. And then we're going to say edit cards page dot visible equals false. Perfect. Okay, nice. And then we also need the back button. I always like to do these before because it gets very annoying if down the line you forget to add the specific page navigation steps. So I always like to just add them in while we have them, so that's okay. So now inside the one here, so if we go back on the set groups one, it should take us back to the edited one. And we'll keep track of what card set we're at currently within the global script. This is all just going to be more dynamic for testing, okay? All right, so what happens now is what we need to do is go find the back button here. So button back, we're going to call it button back. What are we going to call it? Button back something. Button back from, I think it was a set group. Button back set group. Cool. Pressed, same thing we just did, connect to cards page. Okay, now we're just going to reverse exactly what we did. We're going to turn off the set page, and then we're going to go ahead and make the other one true now. Nice. Just like that. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. Now that navigation should be set. Let's test it out real quick. So let's start from the beginning actually. Let's go to selection page. Perfect. Let's go ahead and kind of get this ready. Let's see. All right, so we have our cards page, right? We have our cards page. So what we've been working on is the custom cards. So we go to custom cards. We can go through all of our different custom cards, right? So we go into one of them. All right, cool. We can go in here. We'll start editing it, blah, blah, blah. We can go back to the original one. Yes, we can. I wonder if I can use my mouse here and it's affecting the other one. It is not. That's good. So I go here and I select him. Perfect. It's not affecting it. Awesome. Okay. We also want to be able to go to groups page, set group, and we should have all these here. We can either remove it or add it. We should do the default one set for setting, not removing. That looks kind of silly. Can we go back to our set? Yes, we can. And we can go back to here and back to here. Perfect. Awesome. Look at that. Look at that navigation. How fun. Don't you love making navigation code, guys? It's so fun. It's my favorite part. But if we do, I was like, okay, I could make the games first, but I was like, if we don't make this stuff, like I need to use my exciting energy to get the boring stuff done quickly. So that's why we're doing this now. Because if we get the flashcard stuff done now and make it look good and make the hard stuff completed, it's not even like hard, it's just design like ideas. It really is a simple concept. All we're doing is we literally are just doing like creating cards. We're selecting preset ones, super easy. We're selecting custom cards that we can make and put into groups, take them out of groups, blah, blah, blah. Custom groups, same kind of deal. But I think we're finally looking okay for the custom groups ones. The only one, the custom group one, we need to adjust, because what I think the custom group one is going to do is it's going to have specific sets in it based off of the grouping. So I think we are good for custom cards. I'm trying to think what we're missing. Do we need any other like big pages for the custom cards one? I don't think so. I think we're pretty much on point right now. I think we're looking good. I think we are looking good. So we have custom cards. This looks good. We can select into whatever one. I think we're okay because we can add to a group here pretty easy. We'll navigate here. We can do this. Yeah, we're okay with that. Sweet. Custom here. Titles. Yeah, I think we're okay. Now the grouping one is a little different. We need to be able to go into the grouping one and edit the grouping. So we need to be able to change the name, if that makes sense. So I think we'll do that real quick, because that's going to be one that will have a lot in it. I think what we'll do is we'll have a reset one. Obviously, we'll have a reset button. So it's going to be kind of similar to how we did the card one, I'd say. But we don't really need, like, we can go into the groups and see the card sets, if that makes sense. Like, I think we could do that, technically. My one worry is we're going to have the ability to edit our sets from this page, if that makes sense. I think. I don't know. Still don't know why we have that. But I think we're good for the first one. Okay. So we need to now do the second step in the grouping one. So let's see. We have the grouping one. Let's see. Well, why does it do that? I wish it would just like use the viewport to go smaller. Custom groups. So custom groups, this is okay for custom groups. We don't really care about resetting, but we want to go into this now. So we want to go into our custom groups, okay? So we need a new page for that. And that's going to be very similar to, like, I think what we'll do is we're going to go into, because it's like, do we want to be able to edit them? I guess we do technically. We want to be able to go into them like we're looking at the custom ones, if that makes sense. So yeah, we're going to go into cards. We're going to go into, we want it to look like edit cards almost, but not really. Like technically, no. We want it to look like custom cards, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's take custom cards. Let's duplicate that. Let's call this, I'm going to bring it down. Nope. Why does it always do that? It always like throws it inside of it, but that's not a good idea. Okay, so we need to call this one something, because this is like when we can find the group we want and we can go into it. So it's not custom anything. It's just groups. So groups edit, I think is what we would call it. So groups edit. Edits, I guess. So groups edits is going to look like this, okay? So the group name is what I want to do. So we need to be able to change the group's name, if that makes sense. So we could do it like, I don't know, like I like the idea of keeping the search the same, that's fine. But we need to be able to change its name and then reset it, if that makes sense. So let's first give it a nice reset button. And I think we have a reset button in one of these, don't we? Is it in here? Yeah, let's just copy the reset button in there and put it in there. let's take the reset button and just throw it in there. I think, here we go. Mob said, platformers for easier, so I'd start with something like what Seth said. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, platformers will definitely have some good things to learn in it, but I think it's less frustrating as a beginner, and I think that's the biggest thing to try to avoid, is being frustrated. Because if you get really frustrated when you first start to learn game development, I feel like there's a big chance you're just gonna not end up doing it. And that's what you really want to try to avoid, is not to be too frustrated. Okay, I think I put it in there. Perfect, I did. Okay. So now we have a reset button, and we also need to change this label. So I kind of want to like notify that we can change the name somehow. So if it's empty, we want to be able to change the name, and I think what we'll do for that is we'll take label title maybe. No, what we're gonna do is, where is that thing? I think it's line text, right? So this is what we use to, we're gonna use this to search through things like titles and whatever, but we're also gonna need one specifically to find what we're looking for, I think. I'm drinking mint tea right now, and it's tingly. We're gonna get rid of this, but we do want, I like the name of it, if that makes sense. But yeah, whatever. We're gonna take this, and we're gonna put this right where that is. Okay. No, not inside of it. I want to keep the color, maybe? Let's keep the color. It's like 70. Okay, let's keep the color. And then what we'll do is we're gonna move this guy. Well, first let's put this guy on there. And also we're gonna adjust it because I want it to match. Also, we can change the name. Let's call this like edit title. So this is the title of the group. Is that it? Okay. It's good enough. This was, I remember this. It was like, oh no, it can align center. I was like, oh no, it can't align. Okay. So then what we need to do is shrink this because it's way too big. And we need to go that way too. Perfect. All right. And then I want to make it blue. I also don't like the background of it. I'm okay with that for that, but I think once we do it with the other one, I think it'll look pretty bad. So let's make the font color the blue. And then the placeholder color, we'll keep that as gray. I think we'll keep the placeholder color. Let's do, I can't tell if it's gonna be like, that's okay. Well, it's blending in with the background now, that's why. So I think this is the color I don't care about. Nope. Come on. What is the, is it the styles? Is this it? It is that, okay. So let's get rid of that. I think we should just outline it. Okay. We also need to make this smaller because I think we're gonna get too much in that. So can I do an underline? That'd be so nice. I could give it a nice little underline. We could just put a node there, but I don't know. Okay. Let's see, what else? Dang, we're at like almost 300 views right now. How are we at 300 views, but we only have 3 people watching? That's kind of wild. The average view duration is 30 seconds. That's wild. Yeah, I think we'll just get rid of that for now. Alright. We need this. Name here. Alright. Let's see. Name here. Oh, also capital. That's silly without the capital. Huh. I say the name is fine up there. We can make it a little bigger. I'm just worried that we won't be able to fit it, if that makes sense. Because what could we... If I start typing the text in there... Yeah. It's fluctuating. Yeah, I don't understand. It's kind of crazy. But hey, I'll take it, you know. I guess we could do the... My one worry is if somebody puts a name in here. Name. I don't know, math stuff. Does that look okay? I think it's actually not centered. What we do though is we don't want it to get too long. That's okay. I think that's okay. How do you guys feel? Is that okay? Maybe we make that a little darker. I don't want them to miss it. Placeholder text. Infinite W. Well, capital W is one of the like the biggest letters. So whenever I type those in, it's always like one of the biggest. It's like the best way for me to tell if things will fit in the boxes, because capital W is just such a long letter. Oh darn. Infinite W's got me going crazy. Alright, name here. I want to make that a little darker. Placeholder. A little bit. So I like keeping it gray because then it's like a little nicer, but that's okay. Alright. Let's see, what else are we going to do? Mob, do you like the new splash image though? I thought it looked so cool. Like the anime thing with the Godot guy next to it, and then the Flashcardia guy wearing the Red Fool's hat. I'd love that. Oh, it's so cool. I just like, because the other one was like an AI thing, but I didn't want to use an AI thing in like all my videos. I was like, I'd rather do something to give artists credit. So I ended up using an actual artist to make me that image, but I think it looks so cool. I think if this game gets like really popular, I would like somebody to make me like a set of them I can use, like a bunch of different ones. I think that'd be really cool. So maybe in the next game I'll hire somebody to make me like a bunch of them. I am gonna start teaching how to draw anime eventually. My plan is I need to finish up all the game courses, and then of course the 3D game courses, and then I'm gonna do web development courses, cloud development courses, app development courses, and then I'll start to do 3D animation courses, and then finally I'll do like a really cool like anime, like how to draw a manga, and then also how to animate it, because my dream is I want to make my own short films with 3D animation, and then eventually make my own like anime show. I think it'd be so cool, and I feel like by the time I do it, I think the technology will be there for me to do it, you know. But I would love that. I would love to like make my own like anime movie. That'd be so cool. I don't think I would make a show, but that would be so fun to make my own little movie. Maybe I'll make an Oblation the movie. That'd be wild. I want to do like the classic like 80s style where it's like super like detailed, but like not that crazy. You know what I mean? Like kind of like Akira or something. Or like Redline, like something that's like hand drawn. Oh, that'd be so cool. It would take forever, but I think I would like live stream doing it to build the hype. I would like put like the camera, so I have like 2 cameras, one showing my face and then another one showing my hands when I'm making it. I think that would be really cool. I'll have to come up with another part of Red Fool's studio. It's gonna be like Red Fool's Films, and that's what I'll be doing it. I think that'll be really cool. But all right, this looks good there. This is when we edit the groups. I think the ones that we want to populate with the groups is going to be the cards, actually. So we can edit the name with that. We can reset it. We can set the titles, the contents. Okay. But now we just need to reset it with, we need to be able to set the cards for it. And we can either do, I think we just go into the cards and do it. As much as I want to be like adding them, I think it would be so much easier to just do it the other way. All right, but let's go ahead and do that. We need a specific script for this, so custom cards. So no, we need groups edit script. So we're gonna take the same thing because we're actually adding in the cards here. Because we really want groupings to be more so when we want to set things. I don't actually care about editing them as much as I want to just set them to be used, if that makes sense. To be honest, this game is going. Like, we're actually doing really well on time for this game. Like, I thought this was going to take forever, but if I keep this momentum, I think we're going to get this done sooner than I think. Did we set the back button for this one? I don't think so. No, we didn't. Custom groups, I think is what we called it. All right, custom groups. Ah, yum, 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 yum. Oh, no, get out of here. Okay. But what we're going to do is go here. I can't believe I code in this tiny little box. But I feel like it's the best way to, like, show it off and stuff, you know? Because I don't want to be... If I'm technically dual streaming right now for mobile devices and also PC. So I feel like if I don't do this, it's going to look really annoying. But it's okay. I just got to remember to work, like, down here. Okay, what are we doing? We are gonna go to add to group page. No, I think it was, we need to go back to this one. We don't have a page for this, actually. Dot visible. We need a new page for the current one we're working on, which is the edit individual groups pages. There's so many UI pages in this thing. I feel like, I don't know, I don't think I'm overcomplicating it. I'm trying to not do that, but I don't know. What are we calling this? Group edits? Okay. Group edits page. I don't know. Group edits page. Okay. Sweet. Group edits page. And that's this one. Okay. I don't know. What's up, Vinji Ren? How you doing? Hello, how's the progress? It is going good. We're kind of just continuing to work on the flashcard part. We have a couple more pages to make, but we're doing really good. We're just kind of getting through all the UI stuff. I'm trying to make it as clean as possible, as simple to navigate. So if any of you guys see something in it, let me know. I appreciate you dropping in and saying hello, though. Yeah, we're just trying to do a little bit every day, but progress is going pretty good, I think. I think we're doing pretty good. Set groups. Custom groups. Okay. Yeah. Hey, it took a while to get this, though. I feel like UI is one of those things where it's like, it's really hard to make a good UI. It's honestly my least favorite thing. I feel like if I could like hire somebody to help me make anything ever, it's always like the art part. I feel like I'm a very good functional game developer, but I'm still have a lot to learn for like, what do you call it? I still have a lot to learn for like making things look clean, if that makes sense. For me though, I'm somebody who definitely doesn't like cluttered UI, so I like to space things out, make buttons very bulky, because I can't stand it when you like have a hard time clicking something super simple. What's up, Charlie? How you doing? Hope you're doing okay. We're just continuing to work on this here. You'll design this. You'll design this, Charlie. Are you a good designer? Okay, we have that. We need to do this to initiate the new one. I think. I wonder, actually, is this one set to take me back to the right page? Vinren said, I'm pretty much using the default acids from switching out the font. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm using Kenny assets, and it's pretty good. I think eventually I'll add my own, but I'm not a great acid maker. But there's so many free, like commercial free use ones out there. I feel like unless you need a very specific look, you can make do with it for the most part. Charlie says, I'm a lot more designer than coder. Well, that's good. I feel like everybody always has something they're good at, you know? But designing is a huge part of game development. I feel like you can make a great game look really cool and people will still play it, even though the functionality of the game is like not good at all. Like if you can make a game look amazing. So okay, the back button kind of works. Hold on. But yeah, if you can make a game look really good, but it doesn't have the best functionality, I feel like people will still like it and play it a lot. So name here, perfect. Okay, but that takes me to this one. It doesn't get rid of the current one, which is weird. It takes me to custom groups. Weird. Okay, so the back button is still not working correctly. Let's see, button back. Where are we at? Ooh, do we not have one? No, we have one. Oh, because we never got rid of the current one. Charlie Goes Max says, I'm currently painstakingly making a deck of 52 cards. Yes, I know there are free decks out there. That's really cool, though. I like that. I like card artwork. I think card artwork is really cool. Is it a game you're making? Like, are you making like a video game with cards, or are you just making like a deck of cards for yourself? You said pixelated, so I'm guessing it's for like some kind of card style game, maybe. Group edits pages. This is the one we need to get rid of. That's cool though. I really like gamifying stuff like that, like chess games or checkers, or even cards, you know? Yeah, a Godot game. I'm on art right now and my friend is coding the foundation. That's awesome. I've always wanted to work with a team. I've tried a couple times, but it just never clicked as well. But that's really good. I feel like a team keeps you accountable. Well, I guess technically I did work as a team because my last game, it's based off a book that my friend wrote. So technically he did write the story for the game, and then I just did like the coding and then the art. Well, I did the game part, but it was nice having something like to keep you motivated, you know, like because you feel accountable when you work with somebody else. All right, this should fix that issue. So if we try it again, I just want to make sure that back button works. And it does. Perfect. Okay, good. All right, so now we need to be able to go into these. 26 cards down though. That's really good. You're almost there. What kind of so it's a card, is it like a card game? Or is it more like it's a way of like fighting, but the theme overall is going to be the cards? Because when you said card game, you know what I thought? I thought of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. I freaking love that game. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories is like one of my all-time favorite games. Oh, Solitary-ish? That's pretty cool. Solitary gets pretty addictive. I feel like you could get a lot of people playing that a lot, especially if it's like a really clean. If you're in the Discord for this, though, you should drop one of the cards. I want to see the style. The Discord link's in the description. Yeah. All right, let's see. Group edits. So now we have a way to get out of group edits, but we need a way to get into them. So I think it's group page, I think. Custom groups. Okay, custom groups is going to use these guys. Group entry. Okay, group entry. We need to make, when you press on one of these cards, it should do the same thing. So group entry is going to do the same thing as this card search, I think, right? Yes, so we need another function that's pretty much the same thing. Solitary-ish. I don't even think I've ever won a game of solitary. And if I did, it was probably because of pure luck. Is custom pages the same one? No. So we need another one for this. Button page edit. Button page edit. We'll just make a new script. We're on a dangerous road right now, making a bunch of scripts. We shouldn't be making so many scripts. We should be duplicating. We should be duplicating and like making things dynamic. Oh, no, don't do that. There we go. All right. So this here is going to activate a certain code script that I don't know the name of. What should we call this thing? I'm currently meh, but placeholders for now. That's okay. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do with that, you know? Did you just send it? I'm looking at it right now. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, is it gonna be like a darker theme card set? That's really awesome. I kinda like it. Heck yeah. That's cool. But yeah, it's pretty fun. Yeah, is it gonna be like a darker theme? Are you gonna do? But that looks really awesome. If you made that yourself, that's so cool. All right, we need to activate this. Well, we'll do a dot. What are we gonna call this? I don't know. Wait, are we? Oh, we're selecting. Okay, select. I don't know, into groups. We're just doing this as a function. We'll pass in something eventually, but for now I just want to click into it. Okay. Actually, I like to have my editable ones on top. It's like a personal preference. Function, paste the name. And this is gonna do kind of what we just talked about. We're gonna make this page active. Dot visible equals true. There we go. And then custom groups page will be not true. Equals false. Perfect. Do I know how to say false? There we go. I don't like the word false. It just doesn't flow very well. It's not for me, guys. I don't like the word false. Ugh. And it breaks. Because I spelled visible wrong. You know, one time I almost didn't use Godot because I literally was like spelling the word position wrong, and there's like a weird, it doesn't like make it, it keeps it like white, which is strange. It doesn't make it into a function or something. I don't know. I just didn't like how it was really driving me crazy one day because I was really trying to get into Godot and I literally just couldn't spell the word position, and that was almost it for me. I was almost about to give up. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe out of everything, that was my one thing. But I'm glad though I did it because it's super fun. Awesome, so now we can go into this. We should be able to see these. We can also set them. But what we'll do though, I think for this one is we won't have 100. We're only gonna have the ones that are visible, if that makes sense. So like for the grouping one, it'll do that. But yeah, we can now navigate. I think we can navigate everywhere now. That's perfect. We will have a couple more pages, specifically like panels that'll open up basically, but I think it's working pretty well. Man, I think my new splash image is helping a lot because my views are up like crazy, but it's just weird. I think everyone's just saying like coming in and leaving, but whatever. It is what it is. Anyway, so we have selected sets. We have custom cards. Okay, so custom cards, we can go in, blah, blah, blah. We go into cards. We can do stuff here. I'm probably going to space these out more. I don't like how close they are. We can save our changes. We can go to groups. We can set our groups. So we'll have like the ability to set the groups here. Set groups. We can remove and add the groups to it. We can set whether or not. Now here's the thing. Yeah, we have add. Okay, because I didn't want it to say the same thing. So that's good. Okay. We can also go to our groups. We'll be able to scroll through all of our different groups. We'll be able to go into our groups and we'll be able to see all the sets. Will there be community upload flashcard sets? Honestly, I think at first, no. I don't think so. And the reason for that is because I don't want to deal with the privacy policy stuff. Because remember, it's going to be like, how do you prevent people from like making inappropriate flashcards? That's what I don't want to deal with. And like, there's so many workarounds for that, and like, I don't want to deal with that. But there will be though a public, they're not public, but like I'm gonna have pre-made card sets, and I'm gonna try to make it just like massive. Of course, I'll have like a warning in it that says, hey, this information might not be 100% accurate. It was off of public knowledge or something. But these card sets will have your base ones like for, I don't know, math, history, science, programming, maybe some certification stuff. I don't know. Like it'll be like a bunch of just like pre-made ones, if that makes sense, that you can go in. And my idea of that is specifically like maybe you can clone those into your own, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't know if I'll add that just because that might be going above and beyond, but I think we'll do, like I said, we're going to do pre-made cards. So this is like built into the system of public information that I uploaded of card. Like I said, I'm going to have like a bunch of like just like regular ones from people and stuff like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. But I think those ones you'll be able to throw into your custom groups, if that makes sense. Like we'll have like anatomy, we'll have biology, we'll have geometry, algebra, calculus, world history, American history, European history. You know what I mean? We'll have like a bunch of like just a bunch of open knowledge stuff. And again, I'm gonna have definitely a warning in there that says, hey, this might not all be accurate because I don't want to get in trouble. But overall, we are looking good though. I think the UI looks pretty clean, you know? I think it looks pretty good overall. I'm pretty happy with it. I can't lie. I'm gonna have to think about what we gotta do next. I thought this was gonna take a little bit longer. We have to actually start putting in the actual data part of it, which will be a little hard. I think though, we're looking good. I feel like I'm missing something though. Like groups, we can add groups in there. We can add set, we can Yeah, I think we're okay. Good, they can't select those. Custom groups. Yeah. I think we'll have to, ooh, you know what? We need a save button here. We don't have a save button. Well, do we want a save button? I guess we don't need a save button. Like, if we edit all this and we want to change the name of it, I guess. My only thing is like, how do we, like we can initiate the save on back, technically. Also, I don't like how there's a bar here because that looks silly. We got to get rid of that outline. Okay, let's go back to that page. We do need a save, probably. What time is it? We're doing good on time. Perfect. Okay. All right, but let's go into that page. Not this one. I think it was was it edit groups? Yes, we need to get rid of the bar around the actual title. I don't like that. What we could do, I just mean like they won't know, the player won't know on back. So we could either do save on type or we could do save on back. Like, or we just add a save button. I think we just need to add a save button. Reset is a nice... I like reset a lot. I don't really want to get rid of reset. Name here. What is this bar we have? Is it this thing? I think it's one of these things. Read only. I think it's focus. Yeah, we need to get rid of this. I don't like how they add all this auto stuff for this. It really drives me crazy. Save on every frame. Yeah, the game would not like that. I used to like save. I don't know. I don't understand. Like, there really is never a save on every frame game. I feel like they work around it because it just blows it up. Like, I guess you could cache it and then on close of the game. Just thought you can hide multiple buttons under a drop down like options. I could do that. My problem is then I would have to rework my entire UI, which I don't want to do. Like, and also I think it's sloppy. Like, drop downs, I'm not a big fan of drop downs. I feel like the only drop downs I would like is if it's very fluent, because I think overlapping UIs look a little silly, personally. I don't like overlapping UIs. That's why I kind of like to have all the buttons showing. Of course, we can have other pages or like warnings or messages, but ultimately, I'm not a big fan of overlapping with drop down specifically. I think it looks a little sloppy and cluttered. That's my whole thing. Is I don't like UIs that are cluttered. Like, that's why I made this so spacious. You know, it's because I'm not a big clutter UI guy. I feel like the game and the experience of the application should be very, like, what do you call it? It should be very, like, showy, if that makes sense. But yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and we need to figure out the save. So do we add a save button in here? Technically we could. We could put it in between titles and contents, I guess. Because, you know, we're putting a name in here, I guess. I think we'll auto do it. I don't think it's worth it, because if the only thing we can edit in here is reset and name change, I think we'll have a piece in the script that is either going to save the name if we hit the back button. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a warning that's going to say you can't have no name. I think you have to have a name. So, because if we don't do that, then the game's going to crash and not like that. So we'll do it like that, I think. A whole button to save though, I don't know. Well, the one we have a save button for, Mob, is it's going to be the flashcard edit one. And that one I like because you never know. Like, somebody could just, like, here, we have a save button for this one because, again, when you're, you know, editing like 100 flashcards, if you don't save, I feel like it would just be frustrating for the user, you know? But we'll do no save for the group one. That's okay for that. We'll just auto save it on back, or we'll auto save it on back or auto save it on clicking out of the edit for the text, if that makes sense. But we definitely need a save button for this one, because this one's going to be where, of course, you know, we're adding in those ones here. To be fair, this game is not going to have a lot of saving structure to it. The saving structure of this game is primarily going to be maybe like high score and maybe like, but the ultimate point of this game is so that you can replay it every time. Is autosave or button easier? Oh, button is so much easier than autosave. Because again, there really is no autosave. Autosave is just trigger saving. And when you're trigger saving, you have to account for where those triggers are, when you do the triggers, make it not affect the game. So personally, I would just say saving in general is better with a button or a checkpoint or like a camp or even like areas, you know, like if the character like leaves a different part of the area, then the game saves, because saving also adds delay. Saving is one of those things where you kind of have to be okay with your game glitching, not like glitching, but like your game will like lag for a second if it ends up saving, and a lot of big games will have a lot of big saving files they have to get it and do stuff in. So saving uses a lot of compute power. So I always recommend like kind of like sneaking the way. To be fair, this is literally just editing flashcards. I honestly don't think anybody's gonna be too upset with having a save button for this. Like I said, I think the save button is nice because what if you edit like 3 of these? like, and just close it, or it crashes or something. If you don't hit that save button, it's not going to save. So I think the save button is a nice little safety net, to be honest, for the type of game this is, you know. Also, does this look like square to you? This looks kind of not. Why does that look like that? I think we used the wrong green button for that, because if I go back, I go to groups. Yeah, that's not round. Oh, well, there we go. So something happened there. Okay. What is up? Card doesn't go away if I hit this. Hold on. Empty. Which one is in? Which one's still showing that shouldn't be showing? Huh. Which one is still showing? One of these is messed up. Group. Hit the empty button. Okay. And then we can go into the cards for it. If we go into the cards for it, it should also turn off the last one, which is this one. Okay. We can do that. That's okay. So we go into this one. We locate its function, just this one, and then we're going to go ahead, we're going to go to this guy, locate that code. Okay, so this is not making, we need to make the groups one false. Let me click this also. So add to group, custom groups, I think is what it's called. That should fix that issue. Dot visible equals false. Again, I'm going to make a better way to navigate through this. I just wanted the core functionality of it to be set. Go back, go back. Ugh, I can't see. It is working pretty good though. So custom groups, empty. I keep spelling visible. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, why would Godot not catch this? Like, what am I gonna, that's not a function. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it should just have an underlying red thing. This is what was driving me crazy when I first used this. I spelled position wrong, and like, I couldn't figure out what the deal was. So like, I don't get why there's not an auto, like honestly, there's probably, like, it should give you an underline, like, I don't know what this is. You know what I mean? That's kind of so weird it doesn't do that. Very silly. Do 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 do. We're doing good though. All right, here we go. Perfect. Okay. So there we go. What's up, VC? Hello. What are you thinking about any? What are you thinking about any agent make game in Godot? Do you mean like some kind of like AI agent or something? I would not use an AI agent in Godot. I don't think I would use any AI stuff because it's expensive. But no, like, I don't know. I think you could use stuff to help make you some code. No, I wouldn't do that. I would not. I don't trust it. I wouldn't trust it with my game, to be honest. And I don't know. I don't like working with it like that. I'll use AI occasionally to help me get code snippets or do quick documentation, but I would never use, like, I would try my best to never use like an AI agent, because I don't know. I've never even to this day used Claude Code or like anything past like the one that's like answers quick little dumb questions. I just feel like there's so many other like tools you can use within Godot already that it already automates so much stuff you can do anyway. Like, I feel like doing the whole agent thing would just be a waste of time. I feel like I would use the same amount of effort setting it up and then debugging it as I would use just doing it in the first place. Yeah, like, I don't even know half the new stuff that Godot like has, and it probably could help me even more. Like, I just found out about like 9 patch rec tools, which like extend your buttons correctly, and there's so much. I think AI is mostly just scam. It's just mostly scam people trying to make a quick buck off of a tool that probably already has a 2-second solution. It's literally just made for, I feel like, a lot of people who already don't know how to do the thing in general. So then they're just like wasting more time trying to figure out how to not, like, it's just weird. It doesn't work. I feel like you should just learn how to do it yourself. But anyway, doop. And there we go. Oh, it still messes up. I think it was because... Okay, hold on. We hit empty. We hit this one. Okay, so this one's not doing it. Huh. It's still that one. No, I think I messed that up. Hold on. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. All right, let's go back. Custom groups, empty. Okay, it's when I hit this, is it doesn't get rid of the regular one. I don't understand docs. I watch tutorial always, then I try open code agent and it's compliant. It's complicated? You don't understand documentation. Well, yeah, honestly, I don't even use the documentation either. You just look up quick stuff, how to do it. But I don't know. I think submitting it and letting it watch you do your thing is kind of a lot. Connecting an agent to software locally is kind of complicated. That's what I mean, and it's expensive. Like, I think a bunch of stuff came out where people were using AI to make like games and stuff. And to be honest though, it just looks like it's already using like a pre-made like one anyway that you can just get on like the asset store or whatever, where you can like literally get it. But if you're trying to learn this from scratch though, as a beginner, you gotta know how to like do base stuff. Because if you just jump straight into like making a giant game or your dream game, you're gonna get extremely like mad at yourself or get drained at not knowing what to do and like debugging stuff that's very unnecessary. That's why I'm like always start with like small beginner stuff. And like, yes, you can automate stuff eventually. Like you can look up snippets of code, like how to do certain things eventually. But if you don't know like the core fundamentals of what a signal is or what a match statement is or like a looping or just small stuff like that, I feel like you're just going to dig yourself in a very deep rabbit hole. And it takes a while. Like it's like anything. Like, you know, I don't think like, yes, you could technically make a game in like a day or a week, but if you really want to understand it as a whole, it's like any skill. It's going to take some time to learn it. Yeah, like once you learn what code does, I feel like just in general, like what an integer is, what a function is, what a class statement is, then you can start to experiment with other stuff. If you're going to connect an AI to your game, I feel like it'd be better to connect a local model rather than a brand new model. That is true. A more tested, renowned one. I think there's some stuff already doing work with Godot that you can connect. I don't like plugins though. I'll be honest with you. I don't like using too many plugins. I feel like plugins are like, it can become a disaster, you know? Too many plugins can make things way overly complicated and have way too many dependencies, because that's what you want to avoid. If there's one thing I've learned as someone who creates lots of games, websites, and just other applications, is having too many outside source dependencies will give you headaches that you can't even imagine. Because then you're like depending on multiple types of softwares and companies to do the thing you want to do, and that just makes it a headache. So it's best to have as little dependencies as you can. And my worry with the AI thing is, you know how many dependencies and plugins and stuff the AI has to get working correctly? It's like so much. Oh, brand name model. Well, that too, yeah. I do like, well, that's the other thing is like if you're not using a local one. What is her name? Are you talking about my cat in the background? Can you guess what the name is? Guess what the name is. What is her name? Well, what do you think her name is? It's kind of easy. The name kind of looks like what the cat color is, to be honest. Also, what is going on with this one? Plugins are fire, but I usually don't use any that mess with my game. Yeah, like tracking plugins. I think it was either you or somebody else on the Discord that showed off that one plugin where it keeps track of how long you like are in coding area and how long you're in the 2D area. I thought that was pretty cool. But I don't know. I'm just not a huge plugins guy, I think. I just feel like it's a lot of dependencies. Okay, what? Groups page is turned off. Yeah, no, I feel... Edited card set, select into group. This is not making this deactivate. One of these is not custom sets. Custom sets page, custom group page, okay. Add to group. I don't know, why is that not... We have an issue here that is kind of weird. I thought I fixed it. That's why it was working a second ago. I think what's happening now is actually it's because I'm not in the original one. So if I go here, it's not making the current one empty. Huh. Is that because we don't need to hit that actually? You know what? I think that is it. I think we're gonna need a new one for that. I am Turkish. Okay. What are we doing here, by the way? What are we doing? We are... Okay, so the reason this isn't working is we shouldn't be able to select into these sets for the grouping one. Also, the grouping one... No. Yeah, so we need to make another one of these that doesn't have that activated on it, if that makes sense. Well, we could. If we go into it, it could make that one deactivated, which is fine. It's weird it's not making the editable one. Group edits page. I think actually you're right, it's this one. It is this one, okay. Because what we should do is just get one that makes them all false. Okay. Woo! Alright, let's do that. And, okay. Now if it happens, if we go to this here, let's see how this looks. Okay, custom groups. We can go in here, blah, blah, blah. We can name them. We can also go into them. We can set them or not set them. Again, I keep spelling... I've spelled visible wrong so many times now. I think I've spelled visible wrong for every single one of these I set so far. I cannot spell the word visible. The two eyes. The two eyes. That's so funny. All right. Now, let's try it from the beginning. Custom groups, edit. So, now this is... If we can go into the card, yeah, I think we should be able to set. I guess we can set them technically from here. Yeah, it's fine. My only worry is... It's just to help us navigate. That's what this really is all about. It's just to help us navigate where we want it. But now we go back to custom cards. Ooh, see, that's where this gets tricky, is... If we hit the back button, it should take us not to there. This should go here, here. It needs to take us back. So we need another page for this. Because what's happening is when we go into the page, it's going to edit it. But if we go back, it's taking us back to the custom cards page. So we need a back button for that. We need a dual back button. We either need two back buttons or we need another page for it to open. And honestly, I think we should have another back button for it. And then we're gonna basically make that like a variable, if that makes sense. So I think we'll make it a variable. So we're gonna say var in, we'll say in group edits. It's gonna be a type bool and equal true. In group edits, okay? Now that one, ooh, we could either do it with another function type. We're probably gonna do it that way. Yeah, we're gonna need another function for that when it's selected. Maybe? I don't know. Well, actually, what we could do is set it when we go into it. So, if we go to where we can edit stuff, so button on groups pressed, we need to do set groups. Set groups, no. Back group. We need to go to the custom groups, I think. Where is it? Custom groups page. Okay. Once we do this, then we can set it there. Dot visible. No, we need to set that to true. And when we go back from that, I think it's just like any back one. If we want to set this to false when we go into the custom sets. Well, we want it to be false if we go into anything. Custom set. No, I don't know. One of these we need to do there. Well, let's see. I think we have 2 buttons for this. Do we have 2 buttons? Hold on. Let me try this. So custom groups. Okay, yeah, custom cards, which is kind of like custom sets. Okay. I think it's this one. Select page false. No. So we need to, I just need to click on it because I don't know where I'm going. Basically, when this one's hit, we want to turn that to false. Okay. Okay, it is here. So when this one's hit, it goes to false. Okay. And when it's true, which is the back button in the set one. So when edit card set. Why did we call it that? Edit cards visible. Okay. No. It's one of these ones. I think. I don't know. We're missing the page that it's activating. It's going to be this one. Editable card. Whatever this one is going back. No. It is a back button. It's going to be in this one. This back button. Button back. Okay. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to say if in group edits equals true, then we want to go back to the group one, not this one. Else. We'll do these guys. Regardless, this is still going to be false. But we want the other one to be true. We want the group selection page, custom groups page. Is it custom groups page? Anyways, we're in edit groups, group edits page. Okay. Perfect. Nice. Okay. I think with that we should be okay. I think. Let's try it. Okay. Custom cards, we go into there. We go into groups. We set the groups, but we can't do anything to set. That's okay. Shouldn't need to. Okay. No. It's, no, good. We're back in there. Okay, we are good. Okay. But why can we go to... I guess we could add multiple groups to them, so that doesn't really matter, technically. Yeah. That looks good. Perfect. Okay. We got navigation down. It's a little complicated, but I think we'll make do. We'll make do. All right. Looks good there. Nice. All right, guys. I like that. I'm trying to think what we need to do next. Because we got the core functionality down. Now we probably just need to start doing the data editing and stuff. Mob says, learning coding for me has just been about repetitions, so it sticks in my head. The problem is I don't exactly know the best way to practice that, lol. Well, I think that really depends on what is your learning style, Mob. You know, do you like doing traditional learning where, you know, you just continuously learn through information? Because I feel like you can either be like a sponge where you absorb information through continuously doing challenges and reading and just like researching, or you can be someone who like learns through practice, which I think I do that way the best. Like I learn the best through doing it over and over different projects or whatever, but I personally do the best with learning through projects. That's why I like make so much stuff all the time, and it's also why I got into teaching it. So if anybody doesn't know on here, I teach game development as well, and I got into teaching it because I was like, well, I really want to get better at it. What's the best way I can get better at it? So then I started making tutorials, and then I feel like I got so comfortable making tutorials that I was like, well, I might as well make a full course on this, because if I can make a lot of content, you know. And then I got into making courses, and now I have multiple game development courses, and yeah, it's just like you just got to find your learning pattern, you know. Like, but I don't know, I like making stuff, you know. Even if it's not making a product like a game, it's still fun to make courses and fun to make tutorials and just build something, you know. So I always say the best way to learn is through like projects and stuff. Personally, for me, though, at least. But yeah. Anyway. Alright, so we are looking real good. We are looking good. I like it. We're going to have to throw this into the data, and that's what I'm kind of nervous about, is once we start to get the data in here, I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be a lot of data. It's going to be a lot of moving things around. But I think the best way I'm going to do it is through naming conventions. So like, we're going to force the player to, when they make card sets, that they have to have unique names. Because that's the one thing I think would be kind of tough. Also, whoa, this doesn't have a name. We needed to have a name entry, kind of like how we did the last one. Yeah, we need to do that. Because look, like this one, we can go in here and we can name it. We need to do that same thing. But I think that'll be the best way we can do that. So we need to add that. Let's do that real quick. See, like when you practice making it, you get kind of like, ooh, I'll do this, I'll do that. Da, da, da. You have to just do a bunch. All right, what do we got? Custom groups. It's in, I think it's in edit, actually. Right? Yeah, it is. It's this thing. Line edit for the title. So we need that. we need that to be in edit cards page, I think, right? So if I close that out, is that even open? No, we need edit cards page. Yeah, we need to edit the name. So we're gonna put that next to that. And I'll just keep it. We're gonna keep the same thing. Why is label over there? Because I put the wrong one in there. Let's get rid of that. Perfect. And we'll keep it as title. Well, actually, if we want to be real specific, we can do it by name. That'd be pretty good. Nice. Perfect. Hey, did we hit 5K subs yet? We were really close earlier. Can somebody check? Did we hit 5K subscribers yet? I hope we did. I think that's pretty cool. I want to get that. I want to get the plaque one day, you know? I want to get like the 100K plaque. I think I could get to that. If I keep coming out with games and stuff, I think I'll get up there. That'd be really fun. Aw, man. Come on, guys. Subscribe. Subscribe so we can hit 5,000. Tell all your friends and all your family and your neighbors. Make some clips. I don't know. Oh, we're so close. Oh, thanks for subbing, though. For subbing, man. We'll get there. We did hit 400 views, though, guys. We're doing good on that. Yeah, usually I only stream for about 2 hours, but we've been pretty consistent this week. I think this is the most I've streamed in so long. But this is like my golden hour, I think. I think the, like, East Coast time 5-ish is like 5 to 6 is when I should start. This is when I'm getting the biggest crowds, I think. But it's going real good, guys. Real good. We'll hit that. I think we might hit 5K tomorrow, maybe. Sometimes when I like, because I have a trailer coming out for my new game. Remember that ablation game I made? I have the trailer coming out soon, so I'm sure with that I'll probably hit that. And then I'll also do a Reddit post about this. But we're getting there. We're getting there. How did we lose a view? What? It was at 400, and then it went to 399. Now we're at 401. Ah! Come on, guys. We'll get there. We can get there. But we are doing good. I like it. I like it. I'm probably going to edit the actual shield of it to be a little better, but overall, though, I think it looks pretty good. We're looking good. I have to go on my run soon. I'm like checking the weather right now. I don't like to run when it's too hot. But yeah, I think we're looking good. We're getting to the point now where I think we're gonna start doing data stuff. So that'll be fun. We're gonna do a JSON file. I'll probably work on that tomorrow. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I'll try to stream again on Saturday maybe, or Sunday definitely. Definitely Sunday will be my next, hopefully long stream. I hope the game comes out like tomorrow, by the way. I need to know when that gets up. I'm terrified of setting up saving. I actually have a really good saving tutorial, Venjiren. In my intermediate course, I teach saving. If you haven't checked it out, man, check out my Game Development Academy. But I have a really good intermediate course where it shows you how to use all 3 different savings in a very simple, easy way. So I would say if you haven't learned saving yet and you want to learn in like a cool project-based way, you should definitely check out my intermediate course. It has really cool saving stuff in there. Yeah. But yeah. Or if you just need help, honestly, figuring it out too, you can just join our Discord. We have a bunch of people on there also developing Godot games and just a bunch of smart cookies in there, you know? Yeah, all the links are in the description. Please like the video though, and you know, share this around. Hopefully we'll get this game going pretty soon. My goal again is to get this first version of the game out in December. If I keep up this consistency, I think we'll definitely make it. We're kind of just wrapping up the tough stuff this week. Hopefully we can start actually making the first big game in it, because remember, this is going to have 3 games, so hopefully we'll finish this Flashcardia part up, where we can enter new cards and edit them and all that fun stuff. Because once that's done, then we can start getting into actually creating the games, which are going to be super fun to make. I'm super excited for it. I think it's going to be really cool. But yeah, we're doing good, guys. Thanks for everybody joining and being a part of this. You know, it's a fun journey. We're getting close, though. We are getting close to wrapping up the tough stuff, and then we can finally get into the fun stuff. Woo! But yeah. Alright, though. I think I'm about to close out. Let me save a few things. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and please share it around. I'll catch you guys later.